To manifest huge sums of money in 2 days or less, you must first understand that reality bends to the rhythm of your inner state. Money is not attracted by effort alone. It is pulled toward you by the vibration you hold, the state you occupy, and the conviction that flows through your mind like a steady current. When you desire something with intensity, but simultaneously doubt it, you push it away. But when you enter the feeling that it is already yours, the outer world reshapes itself with astonishing speed. Money responds to certainty, not hope, not desperation. Certainty. The moment you decide, truly decide, that wealth belongs to you, that abundance is your natural state, something in the invisible realm moves. Life begins orchestrating events you cannot see yet. Your job is not to figure out how the manifestation will arrive. Your only job is to hold the state of the wish fulfilled so powerfully that nothing can shake it. Imagine for a moment what it feels like to receive the exact amount you desire. Feel it in your hands. Feel it in your breath. Feel the lightness in your body when you know the money has already shown up. That feeling is the key. It is the signal that instructs reality where to go and what to bring. Many people wait for physical confirmation before they allow themselves to feel wealthy. But manifestation works in reverse. The feeling comes first. The physical comes second. If you refuse to feel abundance until you see it, you will wait forever. But if you dare to feel abundance now, unapologetically, boldly, completely, you collapse time. You shorten the distance between desire and reality. That is how manifestations arrive in 2 days or less. Not because you forced it, but because you aligned with it. Tonight, before you sleep, close your eyes and step into a scene that implies your manifestation is complete. Maybe you see a message on your phone. Maybe someone congratulates you. Maybe you hold the money in your hands. It doesn't matter what the scene is. What matters is how it feels. Let the feeling saturate your entire being. Fall asleep in that feeling. Let your subconscious take over from there. When the subconscious accepts something as true, the outer world must mirror it. It has no choice. When doubt tries to creep in, and it will, do not fight it. Simply return to the feeling. Remind yourself that imagination is more powerful than circumstance. The invisible is more potent than the visible. You are not waiting for money. Money is waiting for you to match the vibration of already having it. Every time you shift into that state, even for a few seconds, you accelerate the manifestation. You shorten the timeline. You make the impossible look effortless. Walk through your day with the confidence of someone who already received the financial blessing they asked for. Smile with the ease of someone who knows something wonderful is unfolding behind the scenes. Pay attention to subtle shifts, unexpected messages, unusual opportunities, intuitive nudges, people reaching out at the perfect moment. These are signs that the manifestation has already begun materializing. Do not dismiss them. Welcome them. They are the early ripples of the wave of abundance that is about to crash into your reality. Speak as though it is done. Think as though it is done. Feel as though it is done. And continue doing this until the reality in your mind becomes the reality in your hands. You are not begging the universe. You are activating it. You are not hoping for wealth. You are claiming it. Huge sums of money can flow to you in 2 days or less when you release resistance and embody the version of yourself who already possesses them. This version of you exists now. Step into them. Feel through them. Think from them. And watch how quickly the outer world rearranges itself to match your inner certainty. Not fight it. Fighting doubt gives it power. Instead, gently return to the inner state you chose. Remind yourself that imagination is creation in its earliest stage. What you accept as true within becomes law without. Doubt is nothing more than an old habit of believing in limitations. You are not required to argue with it. You are only required to ignore it and replace it with the feeling of certainty. The inner world is your workshop. The outer world is merely the result. When you wake up tomorrow, carry yourself as the version of you who already received the money. Walk differently. Think differently. Expect differently. People underestimate the power of expectation. Expectation is a magnetic field. When you expect something with absolute assurance, you draw it in like gravity. When you only hope for it, you push it further away. Expectation is ownership. Hope is distance. So own your manifestation. Own it with your thoughts. Own it with your emotions. Own it with your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself as someone who already has the money. It came so quickly. Everything worked out perfectly. Opportunities showed up out of nowhere. This inner conversation becomes your reality. If you want fast manifestations, your inner conversations must match the end result. Speak as if the money is already here and the universe will bend to your words. Whatever you constantly repeat within yourself becomes the blueprint your reality follows. Every dollar you manifest begins as a sentence whispered in the silence of your mind. Speak wealth into existence by filling your imagination with images of prosperity. Feel the excitement of opening your bank account and seeing new numbers. Feel the joy of sudden financial relief. Feel the astonishment of unexpected money arriving. The more vivid the feeling, the faster the manifestation. Throughout your day, bring your awareness back to the feeling of having. That single practice will collapse the timeline dramatically. You may be washing dishes, walking outside, or scrolling through your phone, yet in your inner world you are living the scene of someone who has already received a large sum of money. The body may be here, but the mind has already arrived at the destination. And where the mind goes, the body eventually follows. Money, opportunities, ideas, and synchronicities rearrange themselves to meet you where you are internally. The manifestation will come through a channel you never expected. A refund, a gift, a business opportunity, a sudden client, a message from someone you haven't heard from in years, a bonus you didn't anticipate. When you hold the state of abundance consistently, life finds unlimited ways to deliver. You don't need to know the method. You only need to maintain the inner experience. Let the universe decide the route. Your job is the feeling. The universe handles the form. Do not let the current appearance of your bank account dictate your emotional state. The moment you let the outside control the inside, you lose creative power. Reality is always a reflection of a previous state of consciousness. What you see right now is old news. What you feel now is what creates the next version of your life. If your current reality shows lack, do not accept it as your truth. Regard it as a temporary shadow. The moment you align with the feeling of wealth, you shift into a new reality, even if your physical senses have not caught up yet. Money loves confidence. Money loves clarity. Money loves direction. Be clear about the amount you want and be confident about receiving it. Precision is powerful. If you want a huge sum of money, define what huge means to you. Is it 5,000, 20,000, or 100,000? Your subconscious works best with clear instructions. Once you decide the amount, saturate your mind with the feeling of having it. Not the thought of wanting it, the feeling of having it. Wanting keeps it away, having draws it in. Sit still for a moment and imagine holding an envelope filled with cash. Feel the weight of it. Hear the crisp sound of the bills. Imagine opening your banking app and seeing the exact number you desire. Let the number imprint itself in your mind. Feel the expansion in your chest as you realize it is already yours. Let your breath deepen. Let a smile rise naturally. That emotional shift is your signal. Once you generate the feeling, hold it for just a minute or two. You don't need to force it for long periods. Intensity matters more than duration. A few seconds of true conviction is more powerful than hours of weak wishing. Throughout the day, refuse to return to the mindset of lack. If an old thought rises, how will it happen? Dismiss it gently. Replace it with, it's already done. Repeat it like a mantra. It's already done. This phrase aligns you with the end state. It removes resistance. It quiets the mind. It reinforces the truth of your inner world. And the universe listens. You may feel a sudden shift, a calmness, a sense of completion, a quiet assurance that the manifestation is guaranteed. That shift is a sign that your subconscious has accepted the new state. Once accepted, the manifestation is inevitable. The outer world must conform. It may seem miraculous to others, but it is simply the natural result of using your creative power correctly. Quick manifestations are not exceptions. They are normal when your inner world is stable and decisive. Allow yourself to be surprised. Allow unexpected channels to open. When you hold the state of abundance, life becomes creative. Money flows in ways you could never predict. People show up at the exact moment you need them. Ideas drop into your mind effortlessly. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. All because you dared to feel wealthy before you had proof. And when the manifestation arrives, and it will, receive it with gratitude. Gratitude is a multiplier. It reinforces the state of abundance and opens the door for more. Say to yourself, of course it came. Wealth flows to me easily. Money is my friend. Abundance is my natural state. These words are not affirmations, they are declarations. They are reminders of the truth you now live in. Practice this for 2 days with unwavering conviction. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to the end result. Feel it as often as you can. Live in the energy of having. Speak from the assumption of completion. And watch how fast the universe rearranges everything to match the state you occupy. If you remain consistent within, the outer world has no choice but to reflect your new identity, the identity of someone who manifests money effortlessly, quickly, and in extraordinary ways. Completely unexpected channel. It may arrive through a person you haven't spoken to in years, a sudden business opportunity, a refund you never anticipated, a payment that was delayed, an idea that leads to quick income, or a gift that comes out of nowhere. Do not limit the ways in which abundance can reach you. The moment you try to dictate the how, you step out of the flow and slow everything down. Money can move faster than logic, faster than planning, faster than any strategy you create. Allow life to surprise you. Allow the manifestation to arrive through the path of least resistance. What matters most is your inner permission. Many people want money, but do not feel worthy of receiving it quickly. They believe they must work harder, struggle longer, or prove themselves before abundance arrives. This belief places them in a state of lack, and lack only creates more lack. Wealth flows to those who feel deserving of it, not because they earned it through suffering, but because they accepted it inwardly. When you give yourself permission to receive large sums of money easily and quickly, you open a door that was always meant for you. You cannot manifest something you secretly feel unworthy of. So release guilt, release hesitation, release every belief that says wealth must be delayed. Step into the identity of someone who receives money effortlessly because that identity aligns with abundance, not scarcity. The subconscious does not respond to force. It responds to repetition, emotion, and imagery. If you want to impress wealth deeply into your subconscious, speak to it softly and consistently. The quiet repetition of a single phrase can transform your financial reality. Money comes to me quickly. Everything I want flows to me now. I receive unexpected wealth with ease. These are not just affirmations, they are instructions. They program the inner world, and once the inner world shifts, the physical world must obey. Every manifestation technique is ultimately about one thing: creating the feeling of dawn. When you feel the wish is fulfilled, even before it physically manifests, you remove all resistance. You let go of time. You let go of worry. You step into the end, and from that end, the beginning reshapes itself. This is how manifestations happen in 2 days or less, by living in the emotional reality of the outcome before it appears. The shorter the gap between your desire and your acceptance of it, the faster it arrives. Imagine the version of you who already manifested a large amount of money. What does their day look like? How do they speak? How do they carry themselves? How do they react to challenges? Step into that version fully. Your identity is the magnet. When your identity matches the outcome has no choice but to appear. You attract what you are, not what you chase. Become the person who receives money easily, and money will come. Become the person who expects quick miracles, and miracles will multiply. Become the person who speaks abundance as casually as you breathe, and abundance will surround you effortlessly. As you go about your day, practice the art of assuming. Assume you are wealthy. Assume money is flowing. Assume today something wonderful is unfolding. This assumption is not daydreaming, it is creation. Every assumption plants a seed in the subconscious, and every seed grows in its own perfect way. You are not waiting for money, you are allowing it. You are not chasing opportunities, you are drawing them. You are not hoping the universe will help you, you are commanding it through the state you occupy. When fear arises, because fear always tries to visit, when you desire something big, do not wrestle with it. Instead, rise above it. Fear is powerless when ignored. You do not need to analyze it, understand it, or fight it. You only need to shift your focus. Return to the feeling of abundance, the way you return to a warm room after standing in the cold. It is not a battle, it is a choice. You choose the state you live from. You choose the inner dialogue you feed yourself. You choose which version of yourself is in charge, the fearful one or the abundant one. When you choose abundance again and again, even if doubt whispers in the background, you build momentum. And momentum is what brings fast manifestations. Once the energy of your desire gains speed within you, the physical world responds immediately. It may look like coincidence, luck, or chance, but it is none of those things. It is alignment. It is evidence that you changed states. It is confirmation that the inner shift always precedes the outer one. Do not look for signs of progress in the physical world while the seed is still taking root. The tree does not grow faster because you dig up the soil every day to check on it. Manifestations work the same way. You impress the desire, you feel it as done, you rest in that feeling, and you allow it to unfold. Looking for proof too soon is like uprooting the seed. Your job is trust. Your job is to remain faithful to the end you have chosen. When you relax into this state of inner knowing, you will begin to feel a calm confidence rising within you. That confidence is the signal that your manifestation is on its way. It often arrives just when you stop obsessing over it. When you no longer need the money, when you no longer chase the outcome, when you feel abundant even without the physical evidence, that is when the manifestation bursts through effortlessly. The universe responds to ease, not desperation. Ease is the language of wealth. Desperation is the language of lack. Hold the inner state long enough, and the world will rearrange itself around you. You may witness sudden shifts, unexpected phone calls, surprising messages, or opportunities that seem tailor-made for you. You may find that people around you begin to speak differently, behave differently, offer differently. When your energy changes, everything around you changes. What once seemed impossible becomes predictable. What once felt out of reach becomes familiar. The extraordinary becomes normal. There is nothing magical about this. It is simply the law of the inner world shaping the outer one. When you understand that imagination is not pretending but creating, you stop waiting for miracles and start generating them. You stop asking for abundance and start embodying it. You stop begging life for change and start commanding it through the power of your state. This is how money manifests quickly, not because you forced it into existence, but because you aligned with the version of yourself who already has it. And if you ever feel the desire slipping, if your mind begins to wander back to worry or impatience, gently return to the feeling of the end. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. See the money in your hands. Feel the relief wash over your body. Hear the inner words. It already happened. Repeat this as often as you need. Consistency is not strain, it is devotion. The more devoted you are to the feeling of the wish fulfilled, the faster reality bends. You have the power to manifest huge sums of money in 2 days or less. Not because you are lucky, not because of chance, but because your inner world is the source of all creation. When you master the inner world, the outer one becomes effortless. Abundance is not outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be claimed. And once you claim it, the world must deliver. Allow this to be the moment you stop waiting for signs, for proof, for permission to believe in your own power. The world will always mirror the state you occupy, and when you choose abundance with unwavering conviction, the outer world cannot deny you. Money is not distant, difficult, or rare. It is energy responding to your inner command. Step into the feeling of already having what you desire, hold it with quiet certainty, and watch how quickly life rearranges itself to meet you. You are not asking for a miracle. You are activating a law that has always been working for you. Trust it. Live as the version of yourself who already possesses the wealth you seek, and the physical world will rush to catch up. The power is not out there. It is in you, and it always has been.